management is software attached to music files and albums that limits how the music can be used. It is meant to curb illegal sharing and piracy of copyrighted material. What it's actually done is create more problems for each of the industry's participants. DRM limits how often the music can be burned to CDs, transferred from one computer or device to another. The software identifies the purchaser, creating a way to track the path each song takes. Consumers who are aware of the use of DRM feel cheated and exposed. The feeling is that if I pay for an album or song, then I should be able to enjoy it as I see fit, without having my personal information collected and without opening myself up to the damaging effects of spyware. DRM has led people who would otherwise pay for music to seek alternate ways of getting the songs they want. Furthermore, the reliance on DRM shows that music industry executives have confused symptoms with the actual problem. It also shows that executives are blaming external factors for decreased revenues instead of focusing on changes that need to be made internally.
Because you purchased it, you should be able to put it on another CD if you want. You've already made the purchase if you want to put it on another CD.
I'd be mad, very mad.
I've had that happen to me before.
Yeah.
And I got really mad because I always do that because sometimes I end up losing it or it's scratched and it just doesn't work, so I like to have a backup copy. And this one just would not do it for nothing. I was just really mad. It was one of my favorite CDs and it ended up breaking.
It makes me angry because I love iTunes and I feel that if I purchase something, I've already paid the set amount of commission and royalties and all of that to the artist and whomever markets for them. So therefore, I purchased it, it should be mine, and I can do from there what I like. I think you actually purchased, or maybe I purchased a CD that we put on our computer and it came up with some spyware and some stuff, and it was just like, whoa, you know, you kind of feel violated, like, okay, I'm just going to play this on my computer. You know, I wasn't even necessarily downloading it at the time, and it just popped up with all this junk and garbage. I felt like I couldn't use my property the way I wanted to.
But I just remember thinking, we're not going to be one, you know, that's going to be affected, but yet we were a little bit. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy to think of a computer virus. I mean, it was opening you up to viruses. They should have no right to do that. I absolutely 100% believe that if I buy a CD, I should be able to use it on whatever I want to. And I get really, really upset with, I mean, there's limits on where you can use things and when you can use things now, and it's weird. If I buy a song, I want the song. And
I kind of feel cheated because it's like, well, I paid for it once, why do I have to buy it again if I get a new computer? Or, you know, I get married and my wife has a computer and we have kids and they want some of mom and dad's music. I mean, I think there's a huge difference, and they need to define the line in like mass piracy and distributing it and selling it for a profit to yourself versus I'm going to share this song with a friend who will ultimately maybe go out and buy the album themselves because they hear this one song that I share and that they love. I mean, there needs to be some type of a distinction. I know iTunes is working towards that, and that's why they have these limits and things. I understand that. But these artists are already making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions. So once I've purchased something, me being able to distribute it or share it or use it how I want isn't a big deal. They're already getting paid. Now if I was going to burn it and distribute it to try to sell to make a profit, that's a whole nother issue. I mean, I personally don't mind paying for songs on iTunes. I mean, the artist should be compensated. I'm a strong believer that they should be. But once I've paid it, I should be able to do what I want with it. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to host it on a site so that the next 10,000 smos that come along don't have to pay for it. They should have to do exactly what I do, which is pay for it.
so iTunes really isn't curbing the problem to say once you own this song you can only distribute it here. And I think more people are going to be willing. I bet these $1.29 songs are going to sell like crazy. I bet a lot of people are going to say, you know what, it's worth it to me. 30 cents, and you're telling me I'm going to own this song forever and I can do what I want with it? Cool. I will own it, I will put it, I'll burn it to CD, I'll put it on this hard drive and I'll keep it forever. And 30 years from now, I won't have a record collection, I'll have a digital music collection, but that's okay with me and I can do what I want with it. And once my computer goes, I get one more move with iTunes, and then what happens after that? I get a new computer every 5-6 years because they go outdated so much. Am I just going to have to lose all that music I downloaded? That seems kind of crazy to me.